My name's Mike Delancey. I am the CEO and founder of Wounded Warrior Abilities Ranch. I was born and raised in Pinellas Park, Florida, which is right outside of Tampa. In 2004, I decided to join the United States Marine Corps. When we got to Iraq in 2006, our main goal was to build up the local police force. We did this by doing constant foot patrols. On September 1st of 2006, we were on dismounted foot patrol. I remember during this patrol, I heard gunfire. Everything went real quiet and real slow. I remember jumping right behind a berm and immediately taking cover, rocking my weapon and firing back. When everything stopped and I was trying to get up and I couldn't. Nothing was coming out of my voice. I was trying to yell, I'm hit, and this is when I realized something was wrong. At that point, the medic noticed that when they started giving me IVs, I was still going blue in the face. The round had entered through my back left scapula. It went across and hit my 5th, 6th, and shattered my 7th vertebrae. The round never hit my spine, but it caused swelling that deprived my spine of oxygen. My Marines kept telling me, don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep. For those of you that don't know, this is my alive day. The next month and a half, I don't remember anything. From there, I was told by doctors and my family that I had flown to Al Asad Air Base and they brought me back to life 7 times, but I don't remember any of it. After I recovered and came back home, one of the big things that I noticed is there was a lot of stuff out there for us, for veterans in general, but it was hard to find. Working with other organizations and seeing the good at what they did and the bad at what they did, it really gave me the idea to kind of focus in on, what I wanted to accomplish in my own organization. Whenever I learned something new or got that kind of info, I started going back to the hospital and letting people know, not just benefits, but just the adaptive opportunities that were out there. People had really good intentions, and a lot of the stuff that they did, they tried to help, and there was great things that they did, but there was also a lot of things that they didn't think about. And it's hard to think about if you're not in a wheelchair. I started networking with other injured veterans out of the Tampa VA at that point. Now I was able to provide services that they could utilize and have confidence to come and just enjoy themselves and not have to worry about logistics like accessible transportation or accommodating hotel rooms. And this was our main focus at WWR, and that's sort of how we kind of fell in our groove and started building a foundation to where they said, hey, you're doing a lot of great things at that park, but what about adaptive sports teams? And that's when it clicked in my head. Once I got into the adaptive sports world, I realized that these adaptive sports, it's not just about getting out and playing a sport or just getting out of the house. We ended up helping out a local wheelchair basketball team. We started our own wheelchair rugby team, and we put together a wheelchair softball team. When you start seeing people with other injuries and you start talking to them and like, how do you do this? How do you do that? People with worse off injuries doing way more than you, hitting that competitive nature, that's the ultimate barrier to overcome to gain independence at home. And you start actually winning instead of just like, here, come try this. And you start like feeling good about yourself again. Those are the things that just do great to like just get you back on track mentally and forget about being in a chair and just realizing you're still a person. Just getting out of the house really has a major impact on anybody, not just in your chair. So when you start realizing that I don't have to worry about anything, I can focus in on the sport, training myself, getting my mind clear, that's when people start coming out of the house and they just have an overall impact. Their life is just changed. And to me, that's why I started the whole thing. Is there's no greater feeling than when somebody comes up to you and says, hey man, I remember when you told me this and it's changed my life. That's the impact that I've had, and having our alumni coming back and saying, wow, you all thought of everything from transportation to food. That's what we strive to do as an organization. Logistically, there's just so much behind the scenes work that the volunteers put in. I'm just thankful that we have that strong staff behind us. Without support, we would never survive. Not only are donations important, but volunteers as well. Sign up for our volunteer list. And if you can't spare the time or money, just come out for a weekend whenever we put an event on. Our main goal is just to get people out, get back into the community.